Bum 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 bum. Wait, that's Star Wars.
Bum, bum. No,
Bum
that's
bum 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 bum
bum,
bum bum
bum.
bum 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 bum.
I was still hearing Star Wars. Hold up.
I know, right? Bum bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
I don't think that's it at all.
Bum, 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 bum. That was it.
Bum bum
Bum,
bum.
bum, 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 bum. Bum,
Dun,
bum,
dun,
bum.
dun.
Okay.
Superman 2025. We are not talking about anything but Superman 2025 this episode. Let's get right into it. I just saw it on Sunday. When did you see it?
Saturday, 6 p.m. at the AMC Theater in Dolby Atmos. Seat 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was the crowd we took up.
Oh, okay. I was like, which one? Because,
Yep. We took up 5 prime seating. You got prime seating as well, I've heard.
dang, bro, you bought 4 seats just so you could have that, like, leg room to yourself.
Yep. No one else came with me. I just didn't want to be distracted by people's breathing and.
Bro, that's so smart. I brought my
Mhm.
freaking wife. I should have just reserved
Mm,
10
mm,
seats. Let her sit on one end, I sit on the other, bro, so I don't get
yep.
no distractions, you know?
Yeah. That disturbs the viewing experience from my experience. So,
Hmm.
pro tip for next
Yeah,
time.
I also saw this movie in Dolby.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous, but is there anything we want to talk about leading up to it? We've been like hyping this movie up for a while.
Dude, we've been low key preparing for the Superman. So many stuff, starting with obviously we just watched the new movie, My Adventures with Superman. I started a little bit of the Young Justice. We watched Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. So
Yep.
we kind of watched good amount of stuff leading up.
So let's get into what this movie is. Is
Mm,
written and directed by James Gunn, who has obviously done the Guardians of the Galaxies. He did the Suicide Squad, the second one with Idris Elba, John Cena, Peacemaker. He also made Peacemaker, and then this movie is starring
yep.
David Cornswet as the new Superman, the new Lois Lane, the awesome Rachel Brosnahan, also fan favorite Nicholas Holt,
Mm-hmm.
my personal favorite voice for Green Lantern, Nathan Fillion, Isabella Merced as Hawk Girl, Maria Gabriela de Faria as the engineer, and Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. I know that's probably your favorite one.
Yep. I was waiting for that one.
Yep. And then who else? Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho. Even William Reeve was in this movie as a TV reporter. Did you
Yeah,
recognize him?
I did not.
Christopher Reeve's son.
No. Which reporter?
He was one of the news reporters
No.
talking about Superman.
There's one you're missing, bro.
Who am I missing?
Bradley Cooper.
Oh, Bradley Cooper as Jor-El.
Yep.
Nice little cameo. I actually love. I think there are a couple actors that I'm like, man, no matter what they are in, they kind of just transform themselves completely.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, he's great in anything he plays in.
Really?
Bradley Cooper, I think he's one of them. He's one of those people that just no matter what he's in, I could see him as the character he's playing. A lot of these actors are actually like top notch. Like Rachel Brosnahan had a lot of popularity, I guess, or what's the word? Like she already had some star points going into this movie
Mm,
with her TV show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I've seen her performance in that, and she is actually like a complete different person. So she seems like that type of actor who can like transform herself. And David Cornswet, he's another relatively unknown pick for
yeah.
Superman. What did you think of his performance in this movie?
Oh, that is a question, bro. Dude, honestly, I really liked it. I thought he was just he felt right. He felt relatable in some senses of like Clark Kent
Uh huh.
felt so chill. Like yeah, it's like more modern,
Completely agree.
but he still like has that swag to him of being but still being a nerd or trying to be good at his job. And I mean, his Superman I thought was awesome. He had the moments of, "Hey, are you okay?" Like he had the moments of saving
He's checking on the
everything.
people,
Yeah, he saves
saving
the
the squirrels.
squirrels. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So like he had that charm to him. And I think we talked about that last time where I said the fact that I didn't really know him in anything just made it way more better when I was watching because I had
Easier
no,
to immerse in seeing him as Superman.
yeah, in those scenes. I was like locked in versus like maybe when the guy from the Righteous Gemstone was on screen, I was like a little like,
Yeah.
oh, that's my guy. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so so for him, I thought
Gideon.
it literally he was so perfect though as the Superman in this one. And I was like, okay, he's funny, he's everything. So I really liked it as coming from someone who loves Henry Cavill.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I completely agree because I
uh-huh.
have literally never seen him act in anything other than this. So I was just immersed in seeing him as Superman, and I thought he did a great job. And so this movie starts off right away. Like,
Oh
one thing
yes.
I heard another reviewer point out was it felt like you were at the end of like a little three
Mm,
chapter thing, and
yeah.
I actually completely agree. Like when the movie started, it was at the end of a fight. Like the fight was already going on, and he was
Yeah.
healing, and he had to go back into it, and then the engineer was like tracking him down. And
Yeah.
did you feel like that was a little jarring to start in the middle, or did you feel
Mm.
like it was a little natural for you to like get into the story like that?
Yeah, it did feel how you said, like, oh, like I caught the end half of this scene or whatever was going on.
Uh huh.
But yeah, I did feel like I got on a train and it was just moving, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going already, damn. Which a part of me didn't mind it because like I was hyped, I'm shaking in my seat,
Uh
ready
huh.
for this movie. Like, yes, we're watching it, and then off the rip they start like that. It's like, whoa,
So your
what?
momentum was like going with the train that was moving. You weren't like falling behind or nothing.
It did. I still did feel like okay, a lot did just start. They just gave me a lot of information. Like I think I might have missed like a sentence or two reading
Uh
all of
huh.
that. So I was like, okay, he's fighting. He just lost to some guy,
The
a
hammer of
name,
Baravia.
because I think they mentioned Superman stopped the war or something,
Yeah. So
right?
he stopped Baravia from invading Jarkova or whatever it was. I forgot the
Yeah,
name.
sounds right.
Yeah. I personally, dude, I felt like it was a little bit too fast to start off in the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah, just cuz like so in my mind leading up to the movie, I was actually imagining, okay, the intro, you know how it's very iconic how a lot of movies start their intro to like the title. You know how they like do something
oh,
like some incredible sequence and then they show the title like Guardians of the
yeah.
Galaxy or Superman. And so I was thinking, oh, what is he gonna do to start the movie? Because that's like what sets the tone. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very underwhelmed with. He just
Oh,
basically started the movie with him flying, and then he went to his S, and I was like, okay. I mean, like I get there's more to the movie, but I'm like, come on, dude. Like you have the first 5 minutes to like really start with a bang, and the first 5 minutes I was. This doesn't reflect my opinion of the movie at all, but
uh-huh.
I was very underwhelmed with just the intro, because like think about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You have the Groot walking around with the big old
Yeah,
battle
true.
happening with the title sequence, and it's like so climactic. And this one was just like he heals, he flies, S Superman. I was like, oh, okay. The scene wasn't bad at all. I just mean like if you're gonna title and then music, it like this is the movie you're watching. I'm like, you just showed me him kind of healing and flying off. Like you didn't set it up like even like James Gunn, he sets up other movies like in a pretty badass way, like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a badass intro, like oh yeah, this is our guy. Like it was just kind of like boom, doo doo doo, this is Superman, and then he continues on his way. It wasn't like a grand badass reveal of the S
Yeah,
Nova or
exactly.
whatever.
That's what I was hoping for. Like in the Suicide
Okay.
Squad, it starts off with like everyone getting massacred on the beach, and then it like calms down just a little bit, and then you see dead or kill shot or
Damn.
whatever his name is like slowly rise out of the beach, and then he tells like Amanda Waller like we're here, and
Uh
then
huh.
boom, like the music drops, and you see the title behind, and you feel like okay, like I'm into where this is going. Yeah, but I felt like
Mm,
the beginning
that's
literally didn't
badass.
set up
Yeah.
anything. It was just like Superman's flying back to a fight. I'm like, okay, like cool.
Yeah, I didn't really have an opinion on the intro. I was like just ready. So I think a part of it was like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? And like seeing, I guess now everyone knows it's called the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was called that, and I didn't know like there's like lore behind that of like,
Oh, you
oh
didn't know it was called that?
no, I didn't until I was watching like reviews that I saw. They
Uh,
said I was like, oh, okay, that's what it's called.
he's like,
Uh,
everyone's calling it the Fortress of Solitude.
I'm like, damn it, I didn't know this reference. Like, I'm not a real one because everyone was
Such a
referencing
rookie,
it. I was like, fuck,
rookie Superman fan.
I should have known that, bro. So yeah, I don't know if they mentioned it in the movie. Also, the name. If they did, I
hmm
probably forgot. But so like when they were doing that, I was like, oh, what's going on in here? Like, what's all this stuff? And then they did the robot thing, and I was like, okay, like, is this always a thing? Does he always have robots? Um, so I was just
It's
kind of watching
definitely a
that.
thing that has been in the comics before. Like it's very,
Very
it's
common.
not that wasn't new.
Okay. And then but then he
Yeah.
gets right into the fight. So I'm like, okay, I don't mind that I had to wait a
hmm
little bit cuz they started off like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And it's him kind of like, "Okay, he just got beat. Let's watch him heal, get some whatever." And he goes right into the action within the first like 10, 15 minutes. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was fine cuz then the next battle is like pretty badass, like that guy.
Same. I agree that I did like that they go right into the action. Like that
Yeah.
beginning didn't reflect my opinion on the movie, and I do like that it goes right into the plot of him fighting the Hammer of Baravia or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. But bro,
Yeah.
be honest.
What?
As soon as Lex showed up to
Uh-huh.
his lair, right?
Uh-huh.
And the thing opens, I go, "Oh, so that's a clone of Superman." Like
Oh, you knew that
what other
already.
explanation? Like immediately, I'm like, what other explanation is there for the Fortress of Solitude springing up? Because it only springs up when it like detects Superman. Because
Oh.
when the girl was there, it didn't. So I'm like, oh, so that's a clone.
So you knew that lore then going in that the Fortress of Solitude only, works with Superman's DNA. Like
I
you knew that?
I was just it seemed heavily implied because it popped up when he got close, right? So
Okay.
So if anybody's walking by, they're just gonna be like, "Oh shit!" and like this ice starts coming out
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, it pops up when it knows he's there," and
Mm,
then when Lex Luthor walks up, why would it just let Lex Luthor in? Like, he has this advanced
mm.
alien technology, so you could just assume. I'm like, "Oh, so that Ultraman guy is a clone because he's Lex Luthor dabbles in all that sketchy science." So I'm like, "That's obviously a clone."
Oh, so you knew off the rip it was a clone. Okay. That's
Yeah, like I wasn't like maybe. I was like I'm 99% sure, and I'll be surprised if it's not a clone.
Bro, let me tell you a funny thing about that. God bless my uncle's soul. I know, like,
Okay.
because we were sitting right next to each other, and my uncle's like a just as big as fan, probably bigger of like superhero stuff. So we're talking, and as soon as he pops up, right, or something happens with that guy, he looks over to me and whispers, "Oh, is that?" And then I think he says like Bizarro or something like that,
Oh yeah,
and
because Bizarro's a clone.
I was like, "What?" And it was like Superman. I'm like, he's like, never mind. And I was like, what? So then,
Rookie, bro.
so the whole
Rookie.
movie, I just thought, okay, no. But after he said that, I'm like, Superman? Is this guy like somehow a clone of Superman? So when they
Uh huh.
revealed it at the end, for me, it wasn't like, what? Because I kind of already had it back in my head. But I didn't even
Uh huh.
put two and two together for that Fortress of Solitude plot. Like, I wasn't like, oh,
Oh,
how'd he
okay.
get in there? Like, because I didn't know it's only to the DNA.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they revealed it later, but during the scene happening, I wasn't like, obviously that is a clone.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, because the engineer, the girl was like, "How are we going to get in?" And then
Mm,
Lex Luthor's like, I got this. And I'm like,
yeah.
there's only one thing he got, and it's that guy, like there, and he happens to cover his face through the entire movie, and then he happens to be as strong as Superman and
Right.
have all his powers. I'm like, I just wish that they would have committed and maybe had his face deform a little bit. Like I don't think it would have made the
Oh,
movie better, but Bizarro is one of my favorite Superman villains.
really?
So I'm like, I would have loved if he was like me, Superman, just like the comic books and stuff like that.
So, what did you think in that first fight scene, though? Did you think it was silly that Lex Luthor's calling out wombo combo moves, like left, right, up, down, whatever?
No, because since they explained that, like, even though I know some people might say, like, how does he know what movie's gonna do before or whatever? Like, if you say like the timing, but I'm like, that's just storytelling. Like, you can't show things happening at the same time or that fast. Like, you can't show him calling out the moves at like in the split second that is happening. Like to tell it in a cohesive way, you got to kind of go
Yeah.
back and forth to make it just be cohesive, like I said. So I didn't mind it because I mean, all the portrayals that we've talked about, Lex Luthor's supposed to be like a super genius.
Right. Yeah,
Like he's an
exactly.
extremely smart guy.
And that's what they said in the movie, and that's why I didn't really care because I was like,
Hmm.
it said he studied all of Superman's fights and moves and knows all his moves,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's the type of thing Lex Luthor would do. Um,
Right.
but speaking of Lex Luthor, what did you think about this Lex Luthor compared to like some of the more like the ones we've seen on like the Batman vs Superman or Batman Superman Public
Yeah.
Enemies where he's like the buff cocky guy like
Yeah. That's I thought his performance was fantastic,
oh
but
really
in terms of like my Lex Luthor preference,
uh-huh
he didn't really do it for me.
he wasn't
I'll
like
be honest.
intimidating or
Exactly. I thought
yeah
he was just a tad bit whiny. Like I was explaining to my wife that in all interpretations, Superman makes Lex Luthor insecure, right? Because he has all this smarts and brains and success, but
yeah
he's no matter how smart or powerful he is, he's not as powerful as Superman. And so usually in the interpretations he hides it and he wants to like take down Superman. But I felt like his insecurities were a little bit too on the surface. So he
yeah
just seemed slightly pathetic to me. Like I don't think
yeah
that was a bad thing, but I would prefer for him to be just a tad bit more intimidating. Like I just felt like he was an insecure man who's murdering people, shooting people in the head. Like he didn't seem 100% like as intimidating as other guys. Like the
yeah
one that you saw in Christopher Reeves, he's insecure, but he just seems like he's not intimidated by Superman. I mean, there was that one scene where in the when Superman like was asking where the dog is and he wasn't scared like
oh
at all.
yeah
He like lifted his coffee mug. He's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and throw the desk." Like, "I don't care. You're not going to hurt me." And he was kind of like taunting him too, like the ugly dog with the cape, under his breath.
okay I kind of like that
And
scene though I like that scene
me too. And so I think Nicholas Holt did a great job. Like he
yeah
probably couldn't have done a better job. He's a fantastic actor. I think Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor from Smallville is still my all-time
your fave
favorite. Like I think yeah, by far.
yeah he did have those
What
whining
about you?
scenes like throwing the cup on the floor like I'm like
Right?
would
Like,
Lex
oh,
Luthor
what
do
the
that
heck?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I still really like the one from like I didn't mind the one from Public Enemies, like just being like a buff
Uh huh.
guy that's like bald and
You
like
you keep talking about him like he's just some like jock, bro. He was
yeah.
also a genius.
No,
He was just
I know.
taking
So I like that
steroids. He was just
style of
taking
him. Like,
steroids.
yeah, I like the steroid using version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where he
Uh,
can still be like physically intimidating a little
one
bit.
gripe that I've heard amongst people who've given me their opinions about the movie
Okay.
is they didn't like that Lex Luthor cried at the end. Does
I mean,
Is
no,
that
I
like a
disagree.
fair one to have? Like, is he like known for never crying? Like, is or like artistic touch maybe on that scene? But like,
Mm,
did it
I
take
mean,
away for you the portrayal of Lex Luthor because of that?
no, because it's supposed to make his defeat feel more satisfying, like because they try to make him such a despicable guy who's like playing Russian roulette and just shooting, like he's keeping babies in jails, he's supposed to be like a extremely despicable guy.
Yeah.
So I think it's just supposed to be part of the revenge, like for the audience, like you want to see this loser cry or like feel defeated. So it's just like it's supposed to be there for the audience to feel like they're winning over him. So like I don't want to beat him and have him be like, I'm not really defeated, and like
I'll get you
like
next
feel good about
time.
himself. Yeah, like I don't want him to feel good about himself after he's defeated. Like if he's crying like a little baby, good. Like he deserves to cry because he saw his whole kingdom crumbling and everything.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, imagine the obsession he's had with Superman on
Yeah,
studying all his moves, creating this portal that he knows is gonna trap him, getting this guy that, creates kryptonite and all this just for Superman to defeat him, bro. Like, and his whole
yeah.
company destroyed, reputation ruined. Like, shit, I cry too, bro. Like, that's sad,
Yeah,
bro.
like
My
he
whole
didn't.
life.
That's true. He didn't just lose the fight. His entire company was exposed by Tessmacher. Like the
Yep.
entire, not even just one thing. Like, oh, he was working in the back. Like literally every single contract, plan, map, missile, arms deals, all that stuff exposed completely.
Bro, Lex Luthor, bro. That boy love his land, bro. That's
Yeah.
I literally was like, no, he's doing it again, bro. Another
Yeah,
real
the
estate
real
move.
estate goon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another real estate guru, bro. Yeah.
It's so funny because Valerie turned to me when she saw the map of how it said like Luther. She's like, "Didn't you show me like something where Lex Luthor was like had a map and he wanted land?" I was like, I'll explain later. Like, yeah, but no. Like, yes, but no.
Yeah. I'm glad you're thinking about that. Yes, but that's
Yes,
so
but
funny.
not exactly. Yeah, he's just another real estate goon.
That is so funny. I died laughing when that was his plan. I was like, of course it is. I was like, that
Right.
made me be like, yes, that's classic Lex
Like,
Luthor right
yes, a
there.
trope. I love a trope. I love a good trope.
That's my favorite Lex Luthor
I know that
trope.
was you.
I was
I
lit.
know. You love the real estate trope.
But getting after that, we kind of get that. I'm just gonna skip the scene where they're talking at the news reporter, but already having him and Lois Lane like dating,
Uh
were
huh.
you like at shock like that, or were you like, oh okay,
Not
whatever?
not at all because some of the details for the movie came out beforehand. So
Oh yeah,
James Gunn told everybody like we're seeing a Superman who's already been in the game for a couple years and he's not the only superhero, and him and Lois have been dating for a couple months and they're just not exactly sure of where they are or where this is going to go, like can this work or can this not work? So like I was just more like I wonder how they're gonna act together and where that premise is gonna lead.
cause how'd you feel about the relationship? Cause that's definitely a big one in the Superman stuff.
Uh huh.
So I know you really liked Clark and Lois. So
I
did you feel
actually
like the chemistry?
I loved it because especially in that middle
Nice.
scene where they're fighting that interdimensional imp or whatever, the multidimensional imp
Yeah.
in the background. I thought that scene was beautiful because the visuals looked fantastic and it showed how Superman, he always wears his heart on his chest. So he was like, "You said you weren't sure about this or whatever," but he goes straight to "I love you." He's like, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not wishy washy about, like, he's honest all the time about his feelings, about like he's not
Mm.
shy to be like, out there. So I'm like, that's who he is. He wears his heart on his chest. I like that he was like, I don't need you to say it back, or he didn't expect it. He was just like, I'm gonna tell you I love you because I'm going somewhere, but these are like kind of like my last words or whatever before I turn myself in. And
Mm.
that little hug, I thought it was beautiful because like right when they hugged, that interdimensional imp started like shooting like rays, and it just had this like nice
Yeah.
blue hue in the background. I thought it was nice. What about you? Did you think their
That
relationship
was
was like something to be invested in, or did you like the way it played out?
Lois Lane's character. I was like, okay, like I don't really have a good picture of what I see Lois Lane as maybe.
Uh huh.
Just because from the iterations that I've recently seen, they're all kind of different. You know, the first one compared to like maybe My Adventures,
Yeah.
compared to it just feels so. I don't really have one, so I wasn't like, ah, she's
You
whatever.
didn't feel like she needed to
Um,
be anything exactly.
yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have expectations for her, but I did like the relationship. It was pretty cute at the end.
Yeah.
You know, they had the scene, the
Very
flying
wholesome.
scene, but I really liked that interrogation scene that they had
Right?
together. That was intense. I was like, come on, Superman. Like, but her too, bro, coming up with those questions.
I
I was like,
know.
dude, she's heartless, bro, in these questions.
Low
That
key.
that
But like
felt
she was
that
getting
felt
all excited,
tense.
like, you're gonna let me interview you? Because I'm gonna go at you. Like I'm gonna actually
Yeah.
interview you, bro. Like, be ready.
And and I really liked in that scene though, like before when Superman's not in his Superman esque vibe, he was kind of like more chill. And then when the interview came, you could just see him like get into Superman, and he's
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
like
like even delivering
Lois.
his lines.
Lois?
He's like, yeah, he's delivering his lines all differently too. And I was like, ah, look at him in his Superman. So I really like that you could tell when he's like, kind of how he had that in Superman the movie, in that one scene.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of that same vibe of like
The
he
interview.
turns it on.
I definitely liked it as well because that's something I've been like kind of starving for in a live action
Yeah.
Superman. Superman and Lois, Tyler Hoechlin completely delivered on being a three-dimensional character. One thing about Christopher Reeves that isn't really a criticism, it's just like one thing to note is that his Superman is all good. Like he doesn't get angry. Really, he doesn't really lose his
No.
cool. He's like just a perfect Boy Scout, and then his Clark Kent is
That's
extremely
true.
nerdy. And there's not
Yeah.
really that much of. Actually, in the second movie, you see how the true him is a little bit of Clark and a little bit of Superman. But in this one, I love that he can get frustrated and he has an
Right.
opinion, and that also he's doing good, but it doesn't mean that he is like Jesus. Like he has all the answers and he knows the exact right actions
Yep.
to take every time because he's like holier than others. He's more like, I don't want to think about that. Like like I just want to go save people. And it's like, well,
Right.
you can't be surprised when the national security starts looking at you because you're like breaking peace treaties. And he's just like, nah. He's like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Like he wants to turn off the recorder. Like you can't ask me that. Like he was actually like getting frustrated. I loved all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I agree with
That
you.
and that goes to show like exactly just how human Superman is.
Yeah.
Like he dealing with a complex topic like that, like he's like, shoot, I don't know, like they don't really think of it like that. Just like most people probably don't know the exact way of dealing with a war.
Yeah.
Like obviously Superman is, raised in Kansas, little regular guy just like us in the sense of how he was raised. He just so happens to have powers. So I was like, I really liked it because it did show that frustration. I was like, yeah, he's human, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's just like us. Because that's not those questions, bro, were intense, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do about this? Or he even admitted he put the guy on a cactus or something. I was
Yeah.
like,
He's
damn.
like
I was like,
until
Superman.
I loved when he like insulted him. He's like I recognized him from the smell of his piss when he was like being flown to the desert. When he said that, I was like, damn, got him. Got his
Dude,
ass.
it's heartless. He
I
had some
know.
some some daggers, bro.
He did.
Something I also want to ask, what did you think about when they showed like other superheroes in this one? Did it take you away from like, oh, this is not only about Superman, or are you kind of like, okay, that's cool.
I liked it, but I was actually talking about this with Abraham. The only
Yeah.
thing that I can say about it that is like kind of a gripe, but not really, is I feel like James
Mm-hmm.
Gunn had such little creativity when it came to Superman's fight scenes. The scene with Mr. Terrific, when he starts playing the song and he's like using his little
Yeah.
spheres to attack everyone, that's the best
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
scene in the whole movie. And why is a
Mm.
side character's fight scene the best fight scene in the whole movie? Like it should be Superman's. Superman's is kind of like second or maybe third and fourth, and like even when he's fighting the monster, think about what he does. He bangs it on his head. What else? An uppercut? Like he doesn't use any of his powers like creatively. He just kind of uses his breath a couple times, and then the scene where he's like fighting 100 like 100 of those men,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
That was so badass and so satisfying.
that was
Yeah.
badass.
And so,
The spin move.
yes, dude, him just spinning. I'm like, yes, spin, spin more. Like keep spinning. It's so cool. And but yeah, since that spin move or whatever was the best action in my opinion that Superman had. So if
That's true.
I love the side characters, especially Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, but if I could remove them for more Superman, I would have I
Mm.
would do it. Like I wouldn't want them in place of Superman.
Yeah, like if they had like a Superman flying scene where they had like some music playing, he's just like lasering, trying to fight like the kaiju, or and then dodging
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever with like a good music.
Like
Cause that scene, the Mr. Terrific, that's his
uh-huh.
name.
Yeah,
That was so Guardians of the Galaxy
it
vibe, like
was
Star Lord
so
walking
much.
in, like that. That's literally what my sister told me. I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I felt. But with Superman, it was just like straight up fight, punch, fly, punch, punch, laser. Like even his fight scene with the clone, it was just punch, punch, fly,
Yeah,
laser,
yeah. He
laser.
did have that one moment versus the clone where he started like really thrashing him around, in a satisfying way. But yeah, I just felt like I wanted some more. And so that's not like the action wasn't good, but it's kind of a positive because I wouldn't want more if it wasn't good. Like I got like some Superman, like a taste of the Superman fight scenes, and I'm like, God, like I want a second movie so I could see more. You know,
Yes.
if it was bad, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want any more or a second movie. So that's kind of good,
Cause,
kind of bad.
cause yeah, people were even clowning on some of the flying scenes, saying that they looked funny, and I was like, yeah, but like we're getting like different flying angles of like
Exactly.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if we've ever gotten these type of like up close side, whatever angles. Like, I love the scene when uh, he went to go look for crypto or something like that,
Oh, and
and he's
he's
like flying through the elements,
uh-huh.
and it's just like rain splashes off, dry desert, rain, clouds.
Snow.
Like, that was like so badass.
Yeah, like instead of showing him going across, you like see the background of like he's literally past like
Yeah.
different equator, like he passed like the equator,
Mm-hmm.
different environments because he's going so fast. He went to different continents. Like I did like that. And yeah, I think they mentioned that on the Weekly Planet as well, where they were like, some people didn't like the flying scenes, but you got to do something different. And I'm like, that's exactly
Yeah.
like a non like you just normies are like, ew, that scene was weird. Like just think creatively. You either get some basic ass flying scenes or you get someone who tries to
Right.
do something different, like you said.
What did you think about his suit? Because why were people making fun of it saying it's so loose? I was like, I don't even think I noticed that. Like, was it
Really?
noticeably
Okay,
loose?
okay. That's a big gripe of mine because if you look at all the
Mm.
images where he's standing still, the suit looks fantastic. Like it looks great. I think the suit's perfect. Could it have been tightened up a little bit? Yes, I do agree. Just because,
Really? Okay, so you agree.
just in one scene, when he's handcuffed and being taken to the portal, right? He
Uh-huh.
the suit doesn't conform to his body as well as it does in other scenes, so he looked a little bit more boxy. But if you look at him when he's standing like normally, and when he's fighting in 99% of the movie, I think the suit is perfect. I love the aesthetic, the colors, the fit, the cape, the yellow S on the back. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But that one scene where he was handcuffed, sure, the suit looked or it didn't conform to his body as well as it could have. But I mean, I'm not gonna. I would have never mentioned it from that one scene. Like other people are acting like it's the entire movie. You know?
Yeah, because I didn't even know, and I really like the design. I love how the cape looks, how it comes out of like that little slit, and it looks like it's very in there. Like I thought that looked really clean. Like
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't looking at his neck or necklines the whole time, so I didn't even think of it being loose or anything. I was like, I just like the. I thought I wasn't gonna like the underwear even after seeing all the stuff, but I was like, oh, it's like he's supposed to be, a little goofy. I didn't mind it. I thought the whole suit was just nice. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
classic, classic suit.
Yeah, I completely agree because I feel like if you're anti underwear, you're not even a Superman fan. Like you're getting Batman fans or other motherfuckers,
Yeah.
giving their 2 cents on Superman. When I'm like, you don't even like Superman in the first place. Like you want Superman to be like Omni Man or fucking Homelander. Go watch that shit. If you want them, go watch them. But Superman is supposed to be a superhero. Like he wears trunks because it's a costume. You know, he's not trying to show like, guys, I'm an alien here from an alien planet, and you don't know like where I got the like he wears his costume because it's a costume. I love it. I love the classic suit. Just like you were saying, all the classic aesthetic always fits for me.
Even the coloring was nice. I just liked how everything looked. It felt it felt comic booky. Like the colors were like almost, so vibrant,
Yeah,
and blue, and like it felt like I'm like kind of reading a little comic book. Even seeing him like fight a kaiju, like that felt cool to see him like fighting a monster
yeah,
that's just like a massive monster, not like another little guy that,
yeah.
same size.
And
It's like,
it's great that you bring that up because in like the cartoons we've seen, the Superman stories always include like alien monsters. Like in My Adventures with
yeah,
Superman, there's that big kaiju, remember, that like grew huge and he needed like the city's help to take it down. And there was scenes, and Superman stories have always included like alien technology, interdimensional, like portals, like all this cool stuff. It's not just like real estate schemes by Lex Luthor. That's not always in the comics. Like a lot of times it includes stuff like that. So I completely agree with you that like by including all this
yeah,
cool comic book like vibes, it like helped with the aesthetic and just the tone of the film.
right,
I just sent you a picture, bro. Does that suit look boxy to you? Do you have your phone on you?
yeah. I mean, I
To me, that suit looks perfect. That looks like fucking
let
Superman.
me see. Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that looks solid, dude. That's
Yeah, right? Like you're telling, like where,
like,
bro?
see, like,
Like
are they saying that picture looks
that is,
loose?
yeah,
That looks solid, bro. Like that suit looks so classic, bro. I just love the design, the little lines on the suit, like make it look like a little padded. And like I
yeah.
said, I love the cape. Like seeing the cape on close up just felt satisfying. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that.
It
It just
is.
felt satisfying.
Something about the way it drapes is like it's such a vibe.
So something also that I heard people, whining about was crypto. What did you feel about
Oh
him? Did
my
you
god,
care
what the
about?
fuck did they have to say about
They
crypto?
go, Superman's like a demanding guy. Like he should be able to say, "Crypto sit," and he should sit. And I don't think Superman would
What?
take any of that behavior that Crypto was doing. He would try to train him and teach him better, like saying stuff like that he had no control under Crypto.
What? What, bro? What are we doing? If we're talking about the way he trains his fucking dog, like what are we doing? How does that have anything to do with the movie? Like, come on. Like, I remember I think I've heard that too. Like the shit people say about this movie makes my blood boil because I've never watched a superhero movie and thought, his training regimen for that dog, it's not sitting properly. Like, shut the fuck up. It's not even his dog, bro. It's literally not even
Exactly.
his dog.
Exactly.
He's just dog sitting it. If I were to dog sit someone else's dog, I'm not gonna take the time to train it. It's not my dog. Like he's just dog sitting for the month or whatever while Supergirl, spoiler alert, goes
Dude,
and like
literally.
gets drunk on other planets. Like, and plus, like, I don't know. A lot of people's gripes with the dog, I think it's literally just looking for something to hate. I've seen so many dogs that are just playful, bad dogs. They get into shit, they tear the couches up. Like
Bro, you know what they
sometimes
said?
dogs do that. What?
They said if Crypto saw a kid throwing a ball, he would go after it and really hurt that kid. Superman should not be allowing that behavior. I was like, bro, what fantasy
Oh my
situation did you have to
god!
come up with to
I
to come up with
know.
like bro? I was like, no way. Like when
We're
someone
really
says that
creating
seriously,
scenarios. We're creating
bro.
scenarios about the safety of.
Dude, they have headcanon about what's happening behind the scenes, bro. Like,
I know that's insane. Like, come on,
and
just enjoy. It's a quirky dog.
to say that with a straight face too, I'm like, bro, come on. Listen to
Yeah,
what you just said. You just
you're
said
thinking of.
his behavior to the dog is not real or what Superman would do. Like, come on.
Show me any comic where you see Superman or even any cartoon where you have a reference for how Superman trains dogs. I would love to see your
Actually,
basis for that.
in comic book 52, Superman has a dog and he tells him to sit. Actually,
Like
look it up.
you, whoever is talking about crypto literally has never ever read a comic book or seen any media with crypto in it. So to have any opinion on what crypto should be is just like, it's just wild. Like, how are you? I don't watch Guardians of the Galaxy and talk about how Star-Lord should be because I've never seen Star-Lord in any other fucking piece of
Yep,
media, you know?
yep.
So these people talking about what crypto should and shouldn't be, stop it. You're not a fan of crypto in the first place. You don't know what he should or shouldn't be. Name me one movie or TV show that you've seen him in or that you're a fan in. Like, stop it.
So does that mean you like crypto in the movie?
Yes, he was great. He was a fun addition. He's just a fun, quirky dog. Like, what's the problem with having a fun, quirky dog?
Yeah, I think my mind's been a little tarnished with what I've heard about Disney adding cute characters to sell more stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of could see how they would add that cute character or any other little cute things they
But
add.
this isn't
So
this isn't even Disney. This is
yeah,
DC.
but
It's Warner
yeah,
Brothers.
yeah, but they're copying that style, and that's how I'm like, dude, I saw a crypto uh popcorn bucket, and I was like, see, they're making sales already. So
Eh.
I didn't care for crypto because I was like, I have no attachment to him, and I'm glad that that wasn't Superman's actual dog. Because I was like, thank God that's not like a normal thing. During the movie, he did have some badass scenes. I was like, okay, there you
Yeah,
go,
I've
dog.
actually seen some cartoons back in the day that was on like WB cartoons or something like that where
Mm-hmm.
Batman has a dog named Ace the Bat Hound, and they even made a movie with it with The Rock and
What?
someone else. Yeah, there's like a whole movie they made in the past couple years with
Oh,
Ace the
the
Bat
dogs?
Hound. Yeah, and Crypto the Super
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, I've seen
So,
that one. I've seen that one.
yeah, so they didn't make up a dog to put in the movie. They literally took a lore accurate pet that already existed
Oh,
in Superman.
crypto?
Yeah, and just
Oh,
included it. So it's just his first ever live
nice.
action debut. I'm like, cool. That's you included something that's existed in Superman for the longest time.
I didn't know that was. Yeah, I didn't know they made that to be comic accurate. That's kind of funny.
Exactly. So yeah, you can't say it's like a shoehorn cute pet thing because that's always existed. Like for decades, crypto has been a thing.
I didn't mind him. I really liked also, obviously, our boy Jimmy Olsen. They made him
Oh
like a
yeah,
stud
the
in this
Rizzler.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bro, he can
I
get
was
any.
like,
I need to keep my wife away from him, bro. Like, this guy
I
can
was
get
covering
any girl.
Kaylin's eyes, bro. I was like, stop looking at him.
Yeah, don't
Because
look him in the eyes. He'll get you.
I'm glad they did him like that, though. I'm like, yes, they set up my boy good, dude. Like, he's living the life on the set, bro. I'm glad. I'm happy for him.
I know, right? That was such a fresh take on Jimmy Olsen because they didn't make him a womanizer. I love that they just made women inexplicably like attracted to him, like obsessed with him because he's
For
like
no
a
reason.
normal, yeah, he's like a normal guy, but I thought that was hilarious.
So we kind of talked about it a little bit off the pod about Superman's parents
Yeah.
and kind of what in this movie kind of turns people off is the fact that they're, I guess, in their eyes, seen as evil because
Uh-huh.
they told him to conquer. Did you not really care about that at all? Or when they said that that was the truth, were you kind of like, oh, that's interesting?
Not at all because
Okay.
they have always so in Smallville, right?
Yeah.
There was an AI version of you know how Jor-El always puts his consciousness in like a thing, so it's not really him, but it's just like an AI version of him.
Yeah.
So that's in like every interpretation. And so in Smallville for like several seasons, the AI kept telling Clark like you need to come here, and it's like they even had Christopher Reeves on Smallville, and he was
What?
helping. Yeah, and he was a professor who was helping Clark decipher the alien writings because this professor has found these alien writings and he's always wondered or tried to translate it. And he finally found one of the aliens in Clark. One of the translations said that he had to rule over the people. And
Mm,
this made Clark very like upset because he's like, my existence is already trivial and I don't want to rule over people. But if that's why I was sent here, like, what if I'm only here to destroy people and my existence is bringing so much pain and suffering? Like when I arrived, these meteors killed people, but when I entered the
mm,
atmosphere, and so my entire time on Earth has been hurting people, and now that's even supposed to be my intention, and it's like this super heavy burden that weighs on his shoulders, and Jor-El ends up kind of not being evil like the actual Jor-El, but making
mm.
his existence or his mission to Earth from his parents trivial is completely
Yeah.
normal to me because I've seen it in multiple iterations. So yeah, I wasn't like, what? No, he's supposed to be a saint. Like
Yeah.
I've seen enough Superman to where I recognize where it's taking inspiration from.
Yeah, like the problem him having to confront like why he was sent there has been done before. So you're like, okay, they're kind of doing that. So you weren't like,
Exa-
whatever.
exactly. And it's obviously like a moral dilemma because he's like, I don't want people thinking I'm going to rule over them. I want to be good. And why do my parents want me to do that? Like I'm okay
Yeah,
with
could
him questioning himself. Like his entire perspective on what he thought his parents were. But then his Earth dad clarifies like it's the choices you make. It's not what your
Yep.
parents tell you you're gonna be. He tells him plain and simple, the choices you make decide who you are. And he's like, you're right. And
Amen.
then
Amen.
yeah, yeah. What about you? Did you feel like you had an opinion on Jor-El, sending him there to do what he wants?
Dude, literally did not even phase by it when they revealed that, and then he said like, no, we didn't alter it. I was like, damn, like his parents did send him here to do that. Like,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like, oh my goodness, that's not comic accurate, JRL. Like, you would never say that. Like, I was like, okay, that's an interesting plot switch. And here's like, I'm gonna get on a tangent here, bro,
Go ahead.
off of that thing where it's like, bro, you get so many Superman media. Like, do you just want a copy and paste of stuff you've already seen? Or do you want them like
Exactly.
play around with the elements that you're given for this character and the world that they're in and switch, tweak two little plots here and there. Obviously you can keep some of the core things like core like Lois Lane. Like if they introduce, freaking Jennifer Baker and as his love interest, I'd be like, really? Like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. But some of the like the more smaller things, suits, powers, whatever it might be, they're like, no, he should have had it this way, that this way, and this way they did it. And I'm like, bro, like, just just be okay with what this world is giving you for this time and hero and abilities, and take that as what the world is, not what your expectations of it should be. So that's where I'm just like, bro, like these little nitpicks on how someone is or someone does this, it's like I get it. You might have like a love for a certain aspect, maybe, but it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's the character they are in this movie. You need to see that that's what they were doing in this movie to fit the plot and everything. Like it comes together for that. And so when I hear like little things of like they should have done this, added this, not done this, like Superman does this, like bro, like you're not getting a copy and paste story for the most
Mhm.
part. Maybe some of your favorite things will be there, but it's like get prepared for a new story. And that's where I just can't get over people saying some stuff like that because it's like, bro, like go make the movie you want to see then if you like are fucking nitpicking all these like random ass directional choices. It's like I can't stand
Yeah.
that
I
that
actually
critic.
I completely agree with you because this movie went by changing Jor-El. The
Yeah.
movie doesn't take away the Jor-El you like. There's literally five. If you want that Jor-El, go watch the 20 different versions of
Mm-hmm.
the good Jor-El that you want. But like, it's different if you're watching a TV show and you know someone's good, and there's that's the only interpretation of that character, and then the TV show makes them bad. Then that is
Mm-hmm.
taking away the character that you loved, you know, and
Yeah.
making them bad. That's not something you want. But this doesn't take away the character you love because you have your interpretations where they are what you want them to be. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't want anything to change, go watch the old stuff. But this is
Exactly.
I agree with you because this is a small change in a small character that's on the side. Superman for 99% of the movie is for the most part completely the same, completely comic
Mm-hmm.
accurate. The costume,
Mm-hmm.
classic, everything. Fortress of Solitude, Lois Lane, black hair, purple top, like everything is so comic accurate. And then you tweak one little thing, and then some people, start to have a problem with it. I'm like, you can't just like you said. You can't copy and paste everything. If you're
Exactly.
if that was the case, there's kind of like no point in making the movie.
Yeah, and it feels fresh when you get a new like story. Like, dude, I love the story starting off the movie. It's Superman dealing with political conflicts. Like,
Yeah,
that's not, fighting a big bad guy downtown. This is like fighting the world and what they think of you and this very complicated situation that's he can't like brood his way out.
yeah.
And it's interesting to see that. Like, I love that that was the storyline because that's a deep plot. Like, that's thick. It's not some easy just fight one guy, he's stronger than me. It's like I have that going on
Yeah,
with
like his
this.
powers don't help him at all in that situation.
So I was like so hyped that that was the story. I was like, yes, this is like they're going for something here. It's not just a simple whatever. It's like
Yeah.
any last second plot things we should just cover that we didn't. Let me get it. I want to
Um.
say my one thing of Lois Lane being the girl that's gonna
Yeah.
show up everywhere because I think in my adventures, the season 2 finale, freaking Lois Lane goes to space in a spaceship, and
Oh yeah.
in this movie that she did the same thing. I'm like, what is Lois Lane getting herself into, bro? Like, she's gonna get the
He's
scoop
always up to no good.
one way or another. So I thought that was
Right.
classic. I guess I do have something for Lois Lane trope. She's gonna get on a spaceship
Yeah.
to go save Superman.
Yeah, yeah. I love the scene where they're kind of tensions kind of resolve towards the end, and then they have that beautiful kiss while they swing up in the air. Like I thought that looked very like that was such a good shot to me. I like that they saved it for like a final like embrace for them. I thought that worked.
Something also that happened at the end, the final fight scene. Like, I thought it was pretty badass. Like, on the baseball field, Superman just like throwing the guy, the other Superman
Oh
guy,
yeah.
or the girl like putting her things in his mouth and he's just like flying up. I literally thought he was gonna just go fly straight into the sun. I thought that would have been like
Same. I was like, is he
badass.
gonna try to like suffocate them with him in
Yeah.
space? Like maybe her stuff doesn't work in space, but then he was just like, no, I'm gonna do a freaking what's that wrestling move called where you just go,
Like a dive bomb or something.
yeah, like a dive bomb. I'm just gonna dive bomb your ass and see if you can handle it.
I wish he would have ran into the sun though, bro. Like, that would have been so badass if he just like flew into the sun, just disintegrated like everything. I thought that would have been clean. Another
Yeah.
scene I really liked was when he was trapped in the cage with that rock guy. Like,
Uh
I'm
huh.
like, damn, Lex Luthor got a guy for this. Like, Lex Luthor's him, and and then he gets Superman weak, and then when he shoots that guy like in the head, I was like, fuck, like,
Yeah, I was not expecting that because that seemed like a rated R move almost, like
right,
straight up,
right,
like
yeah.
headshot. Like they didn't even cut away. Like they just showed his limp body fall on the floor. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and it was crazy because they do that little scene of like, all right, recognize that guy's face, like make sure it's that guy that Superman knows who it is. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
that was tough. That showed Lex Luthor's side that he was heartless. But that rock guy
Yeah,
though, I really liked in that scene. I thought it was so funny. His son, I was like, what are they doing with the son? Like, they gotta add a little
bro.
cute monster guy in the middle of the movie to sell him as a toy. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Nobody's buying that ugly baby, bro.
no, someone's gonna be like, I got the ugly baby from Superman. Oh my god. Like, that's how people be,
I'm not
bro.
gonna lie, that was an easy way to tug at my heartstrings. That's like, cause you know me, I literally have two kids, so both Valerie and I talked afterwards. We're like, yeah, bro. As soon as the kid was in danger, we were like clenching ourselves, like, ah,
No
fuck, don't
way.
fall in
Oh
the
my
river, please.
gosh.
Like it was, he got me easily. I'm
Target
like, well played.
audience reached,
Literally, I'm
bro.
like, target audience, you got my ass. Like, you
Oh
didn't
my
even
god.
have to show much of the baby. I was like, I'm in. Please save him. Please save him.
If we're getting straight into ratings, bro, I don't know what scale we're rating it on, but
Okay, 1 out of 10 Green Lantern middle fingers. Uh,
good reference,
uh,
good reference.
how many middle fingers are you giving the haters for this movie?
Oof. If it's for the haters, bro,
Oh, that changes things. That
uh,
changes the scale.
honestly, dude, I was not disappointed for most things in this movie. I think it itched every itch I could have wanted. I'm just gonna have to give this movie 10 middle fingers to the haters, bro,
Hell yeah! A 10 out of
because
10?
10 out of 10 middle fingers are going their way, bro. It's like this this is my new Superman, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah,
invested
you're
in
bought in.
this guy right now in my current next future years, whatever, of watching. Like, this is my Superman, and I'm glad it's him. No shame on my chest when I'm saying that.
Bro, I love the commitment.
hmm
I love it.
I'm gonna need to hear how many Green Lantern middle fingers you're gonna give this movie.
Fuck, I literally just want to piggyback off of you and give it 10 out of
Let's
10.
go.
But
10
like
middle fingers.
my opinion.
Yeah, I know. I know you have a
I
different. I know you got a different one. What
yeah.
are you giving it?
If it's middle fingers to the haters, bro, 10 out of 10. I will do it just to piss some people off because I'm
Nice.
like, this is Superman, bro.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
get out of here. But I told Valerie, I was like, I'll give it a solid like 8 out of 10,
Mm,
8.5 because I just love I loved seeing this type of Superman. The movie,
yeah.
I will admit, it's not a perfect movie. Like it's not the Dark Knight level. I wouldn't even say it's as good as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But
Wow.
I but I like it. I like this movie more than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because I'm a huge fan of Superman and this gave a I feel like this if you're a true Superman fan,
Right.
this will check off all the boxes or should if you're an actual true Superman fan. So for the haters, 10 out of 10 middle fingers from Guy Gardner,
Yeah.
the upgrade.
I'm glad to hear at least we liked it because I would have been so disappointed if we left the movie theater not liking it. But
Right? Imagine if it was like horrendous.
I know, like they just did some weird stuff. Like he hit the ball right, and I think me being
Yeah.
freshly introduced into Superman and like what he stands for and some of the characters and their motives, like all that being fresh, I was able to see all those things trying to be brought to life in the movie, which just made it be like, okay, they're doing at the end of the day, they're doing the Superman stuff, but they're doing it however they want to do it, whatever is cool. But they're doing Superman stuff, and I just loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. Well, that is our review for the 2025 Superman. Thank you guys for listening. Isn't the what's the next movie we're gonna be dropping on the pod?
We're gonna be dropping the classic 1984 Karate Kid.
I think so.
Is it 84? I don't know if it's 84, but anyways, besides that though, round of applause for First Time Pictures as this is also episode number 20 in the books, guys. Officially knocked down 20 episodes, bro, of
20
us
episodes, huge milestone reached.
20 episodes of us yapping on movies, giving you the most credible reviews out there, and we've hit episode 20. So congrats to First Time Pictures on reaching that. Shout out everyone who's
Let's
listened
go.
and tuned in.
Thank you.
We wouldn't have done it without the feedback of some of our commenters and whatever.
Hmm.
So shout out that next week, yes, Karate Kid episode 21, and then after that, bro, you know what we're watching in theaters, Dolby.
Fantastic Four.
Bam, 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 bam.
Is that the theme song?
You haven't seen the Fantastic Four edits?
No.
Oh my god. I'm gonna send you one, and then you're gonna every time you hear that song, you're just gonna think of Fantastic Four. You'll
Okay.
see. Anyways, yes, that has been our episode
Anyways,
for Superman. Is that just what it's called? Superman?
yeah, just Superman 2025, I guess, with the year.
Superman 2025. Let us know if our opinions were right. Comment on our Instagram
Yeah.
post. I'll debate everybody.
Or let us know what you think, or if you agree with those gripes
Mm.
from the haters. Yeah, but thank you guys for listening.
All right. Peace.
Peace.